Welcome back to another video on the Lazy Mountain Homestead. This video is going to be the much anticipated unboxing and assembly video for the 4-layer hatching time quail cage. I am up in Alaska. On their website they advertise free shipping in the lower 48. Being in Alaska and not part of the continuous lower 48, I had to pay an additional $172 in shipping for a $500 cage. So the shipping was substantial, but I'm glad to finally have it here. Well, I'm not gonna wait. I'm gonna just start opening it up. I don't have a great feeling about this. The box looks like it's in pretty good shape. However, the handles are pulled out, and when I was moving the box over here, I did hear a bunch of rolling. It sounded like there was some nuts and bolts that had come out of their bag or something, but we'll see. Well, it looks pretty good. Well, that doesn't look good. It's a broken plastic. I'm just gonna start pulling stuff out here. There's more of this broken red plastic. The instructions. So all right, we will see. We're gonna start pulling things out here and see if anything looks off. So I've started opening this up, and I see that the bits of the broken plastic look very similar in color to these cups. A lot of the smaller parts look like they were just chucked in here. Yeah, see this one snapped off. So I'm gonna keep going and see. Yeah, the box is lined with miscellaneous hardware. Nothing looks like it was put in individual bags. Here's another one down here. That's really disappointing. For the price I paid, you know, I didn't get the price that I paid for the shipping was the total shipping cost. It wasn't a reduced cost based on the fact that I just paid the difference between their facility and in Delaware and Alaska. So knowing that it was going the distance, I mean, it's just sent standard FedEx. It's just one additional plane ride. It's not. There's nothing crazy about shipping things to Alaska. We receive everything on FedEx through FedEx and UPS, just like anywhere else. It's just there's an additional cost associated with that extra plane ride. So I'm gonna start looking through here what I'm supposed to have and figure out what exactly I'm missing, because I have a feeling that there are gonna be some things that are missing. Okay, so I'm starting to go through everything that I've received. I don't have a total inventory list, so I'm not able to check all the little bits before I start assembly, but I think I'm to that point. And one of the things right on the top of the box when you open it up is this little stack of papers. There's a diagram, like a quick assembly diagram that shows you how to begin the process of putting this thing together. But it also says, thank you for your purchase, and it directs you to assembly instructions online at their website. I did go on their website real quick here on my phone, and right on the page that I purchased this quail cage from is an assembly video. So I'm going to start following the video and putting it together. It seems really straightforward. It seems like there's just like 2 or 3 simple processes that you repeat over and over again to complete the assembly. So I'm gonna start putting this sucker together and see if I missed anything. Holy moly, I'm like 15 years older than I feel. I got the quail cage together. So just to kind of go through a little bit of my experience putting this together. The video is awesome. The way that it has been designed is amazing. Once you make the assembly of the first cage, the rest of it falls in place. Like it's just repeating basically the first cage over and over and over again. Areas that I found a little difficult, there are some rods that run through this. They have these plastic inserts with screws that go on the sides to brace the whole thing together. In the video, they use this little like holder. I ended up using a pair of channel locks because I found it really difficult to hold onto the pipe while I was running the drill, getting the screw set. The packaging, I'm going to contact Hatching Time regarding the stuff that was broken in this, in the box. The Hatching Time's reviews online are very good. My customer service experience when I was placing this order was amazing. I placed the order, or attempted to place the order online. I was told that shipping wasn't available to Alaska. It just didn't allow me to continue with my cart. I contacted them directly. I've dealt with someone named Katrina, I believe. She was fantastic all the way through me placing my order, getting the shipping quote, and eventually placing the order. The way the box, when it arrived, was very nicely, the exterior of the box was very nicely assembled. It had really nice labels and printed tape, heavy and fragile, posted on the exterior. I could tell the way that the box looked, FedEx did a great job in handling the box. There was no dented insides. The box didn't have any scuff marks or impact damage or anything like that. However, the stuff that was inside the box, quantity, I had enough of everything. It was evident to me, or obvious to me, that whoever assembled the box for shipping did a good job at, they have high quality control standards regarding the number of items in the box. I had a few extra. However, I was a little, obviously, I was a little emotional in the unboxing of finding loose screws and broken bits of plastic in the box immediately upon opening it. So I do have some broken stuff. The feed trays, so quality of the plastic, I'm very impressed with. Even though it's a plastic product, it's very robust. The plastic, when you're assembling it, when you're assembling the cages themselves, you have to push pretty good on some of the connections to get it to pop in place. It's not a brittle plastic by any means. The outside cages are fiber reinforced. It's a high temp, solid plastic. I felt very good about it. The feed trays, on the other hand, I have 2 of them that are broken in the shipment. All of the rods and the heavier items that came in the box were placed inside of the stacked feed trays. It was obvious at some point the box had been bumped, and you're talking about 5 pounds, maybe 6 pounds plus of steel or metal rods that impacted the end of the feed tray. So I've got the bottom 2, or actually this middle one here and the bottom one have the ends snapped off. I am going to attempt to contact Hatching Time, and I assume that because it's obvious that they put quality and care into their product in their shipping, that I suspect that there is a acceptable standard or quantity of loss that they predict in shipping the products the way that they do without any kind of packaging or foam or anything on the end. So, you know, for example, you know, there's 5+ pounds of metal rod inside of these stacked trays, and this edge was directly up against the side of the box, one thin layer of cardboard. So, you know, post office floor, somebody hits it with a steel toe boot, it's going to obviously crack all of the feed trays. I was not totally impressed with that. Also, I had received, I mentioned that quantity, there was extra of the smaller pieces that I immediately assumed when I opened up the box and saw that there were loose items that I was going to be short of, and I wasn't. There were extra screws, there were extra fasteners, there were extra water cups. All the red broken plastic that was inside of the box were the red plastic water cups. So bear with me here. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you've researched the product and you're getting close to placing an order. So you're aware of what I'm talking about. The red water cups that are in the back, they are a very snug fit. In the assembly video, the gentleman shows submerging them in warm water to soften the plastic a bit so that they can be pressed onto the distribution rail. They're not, I don't know if they're fiber reinforced also. No, it doesn't feel like they are, but they're a fairly robust bit of plastic. Well, when I open up the box, a handful of them, there are 12 compartments on the 4-layer system. There was 2 extra in the box. So they threw in extra, assuming that, I'm guessing, as a measure of customer satisfaction, that some would potentially be broken during installation or broken during shipping. Well, I had multiple of them broken during shipping because, you know, this is a 70+ pound box of material that's being shipped FedEx, and these cups were just thrown in the box. So they're broken. I don't have a lot to say about that. I don't really want to bash hatching time. I'm very, very happy with this quail cage. If you are deciding to spend this amount of money on a quail cage, it's because you more than likely have quail and more than likely have built quail cages yourself, and understand that the number of quail cages, the number of breeding pens that you have in this small space, the number of quail that you can get in this one tiny little bookshelf is probably more than you can get in some little 2x2 or 2x3 or 2x4 constructed quail cage. You inevitably, when you build something like this, it nickel and dimes you to death because you end up, you know, having to buy the wire and the wood and all the fasteners and all the little hinges and all the little latches and all the little bits that add up significantly. So I'm very happy with the design. This is, I mean, just the way that things are thought out, and the way that it's constructed is pretty. It is extremely functional. It's everything that I want. I don't want to bash hatching time because I think this is a good product. I am interested to see how my conversation goes with them because, as I stated previously in this video, I had to jump through an extra hoop to get it shipped to Alaska. I paid, as I stated, an extra $170 to get this box shipped from their facility in Delaware to Alaska via Seattle, or via West Coast, California was the FedEx depot that it came out of to be flown up here. One extra step, one extra flight, and there was no portion of that, the shipping total that was, you know, I didn't pay like the difference between what hatching time would have assumed At least I don't believe so. If I did, then Hatching Time got the worst shipping quote I've ever heard of, because I've literally shipped log splitters up from the lower 48 for less than I sent this one I shipped this one box via FedEx. So I'm going to contact them and see if what they can do as far as shipping me the 2 broken feed trays, and the 2 feed or water cups. And I will include that in this video, because I think it's important that if they are going to sell a product like this, a $500 quail cage, and put it in a box without any regard to potential impact damage, then, you know, I think that they, in some sort of matrix for loss control, they've factored those costs into their sales price. So that's funny. They've the hens have been in the hens have been in the chicken coop all winter long. During the winter, we have just ridiculous predators here, eagles and falcons that just take all the birds. So they've spent the last 6 months in the chicken coop. I let them out. I opened up the door a few minutes ago, and they're running out trying to attack bugs and roots and everything that they can get their hands on. But anyways, I will include my conversation with Hatching Time as part of this video and share my customer service experience. I didn't think that this is what this video was going to be. I was really looking forward to just going through the quail cage and having that discussion, but you know, spend $670 on a box, and you open it up, it's full of bits of plastic and rogue screws. It ends up being included in the video. But all right, well, we'll see. Well, that was super easy. I think through my past negative experiences with companies and having to submit warranty claims and you know, get refunds for items that weren't as described or damaged in shipping, I just had built this up to be something that I like expected to be disappointed, and that wasn't the case at all. Hatching Time was awesome. I contacted the original woman that I had placed the order with directly. Through our back and forth, I had gotten her direct extension, so I called her and had said what had happened, that the 2 feed trays and the waters were broken in shipping, and I was a little hesitant there. I was nervous that I was going to have to pay some exorbitant fee for shipping, because I had already paid such a large amount to get the original order up here. But that wasn't the case at all. It was easy peasy. She asked for photos of the stuff that was broken, and before, I think within 5 minutes of being off the phone, I had received an email of the confirmation order. I really like what they do when you have replacement parts sent to you. It's submitted through or processed through their system just like a regular order. So you receive a confirmation email that the order has been placed. You receive an email regarding tracking, so you can track the stuff. And a couple days later, all the stuff arrived. Easy peasy. I think Hatching Time has been an outstanding company to work with. I'm really happy with the setup. Yeah, no complaints. I'm super happy with this. I've got 28 quail in the quail cage right now, and all the hens are laying, and I'm getting eggs, and happy. So yeah, thanks for watching the video. Thank you, Hatching Time. I look forward to using the quail cage.